Hello guys, welcome to the channel. Today I am reviewing Cobra Kai Season 5. Didn't get the chance to review Season 4, but I will be ranking the seasons and going quite in depth, so it'll be a pretty long video. Probably sometime soon, so the rankings included will be once I finish binge watching the show. I'm at episode 7 of Season 1, so it's going pretty quickly. I bet this binge watch will not take very long, because episodes are not very long. They're very binge watchable, so I bet I'll finish by the end of the weekend, so probably even less than that. And I've kind of that's pretty much all I'm doing if I'm not making videos, school, homework, all that stuff. And kind of surprised I'm already this far. I didn't think I would get this far, but yeah. I mean, between school, I'm already at 6 episodes in the last 24 hours in school, and lacrosse. Although I didn't end up with homework. Anyway, doesn't matter. So, there's going to be seasons ranked, episodes ranked for Season 5, characters ranked, and maybe find a balance, and I might throw in the Karate Kid movies if I ever get to watch them. And by the way, I don't think I might continue my Karate Kid franchise review series. I already did the first two. You can go check those out. So Karate Kid Part 3 should be really soon. Anyway, just starting what the season's about. So it leaves off from Season 4. Miguel is searching for his dad somewhere in Mexico or Ecuador. I don't know where they are. And then Tori is sort of conflicted about Cobra Kai. Robbie and Johnny are after him. Daniel and all the Miyagi-Do and other Eagle fangs are shutting down Miyagi-Do karate because to keep up their stuff to do, which doesn't really make sense. So yeah, and it has a lot of fun with that, I guess. So yeah, overall, I do really enjoy. Starting off what the season's about, it has Johnny and Robbie going into Mexico on a pretend dad trip, but really they're going after Miguel, who was in Mexico or wherever they are, searching for his dad, which lasts a couple episodes. And then in the background, Cobra Kai is planning a plot. Terry Silver is planning a plot to get more senseis and then enter in this tournament, this whole worldwide karate tournament. That's his plan in the end. And then mixing out that Daniel gets chosen back. They have to shut down Miyagi-Do, but then Daniel and Chosen are trying to stop Cobra Kai from the inside or taken down. And I'll give you my spoiler-filled thoughts later. But yeah, so it's a sentence, and then there's a lot of things going on. So Johnny is trying to figure out what to. They're all our characters kind of trying to figure out what to do, and yeah, so they're really good. And I think still what this season does really well, like every other season of the show. Especially this one, I had a lot of fun with. It's very binge. Not as binge watchable Season 1 and 4, which I still think are my two favorites. But I really enjoyed this season. It was great. I binge watched it in not even 24 hours. I started Friday morning whenever it came out, and then I binge watched it very fast. I finished on Saturday, so it's a very, very binge-watchable show this goes with every season. And honestly, you still have fun because it's so fun. There's things that kind of come to a cliffhanger in one episode, so it just makes you, oh, I want to see how that comes to a fruition in the next episode. So, or whenever they do. And have frustrations. We'll get into those later. But I think also they do really well. I love them bringing back Chosen. That whole plot line in Season 3 was probably my favorite part of the entire season. I also just like the character from Karate Kid Part 2, and it's nice to see him in a different light, working with Daniel. And another note, in the final battle, was as much as Mike Barnes had a very weird usage, it was fun to see the 3 main Karate Kid villains, at least his age villains, fighting against Terry Silver. I thought that was fun. The John Kreese stuff I wasn't crazy about, but I'll get into that later. So Terry Silver is as good as ever. I think he's not as... I think I appreciated what they did with him a bit more in Season 4, because now he's just gone back into evil mode. He's just full-on evil, but he's not quite as, evil as he was in Karate Kid Part 3. So it's kind of like Season 4 is like the calm before the storm when it comes to Terry Silver. You have him sort of kind of on the debatable, kind of a bit odd. So I thought he's a little on Season 4. This season he just goes all at it, evil. He's amazing fighter, so, he gets to sort of go at Daniel and Johnny and all the other characters like that. So I think that those elements are so much fun. The other Sensei plotline, I think, works for what it is. And I like the whole thing where Terry Silver is finally kind of taken over the valley But yeah, I think that part works. I like what they do some characters. I like what they do with Johnny, him having a baby. He's trying to set up for being a parent. Which so I'll get in my mix. I'll give him some big stuff and bad stuff as it goes on. But yeah, overall, I did enjoy a lot of those elements. Some of the other stuff they do with characters, I like what they were trying to do with Miguel with the whole thing. It didn't end up doing very much for me, but it's kind of an interesting little plot line. But overall, I think it's a very fun season, very enjoyable, and no part was I really bored. And I think the idea of the plot line was good, but there are a lot of issues, so I'm just gonna get right into mixed. Starting at the mix is gonna be the John Cree stuff. This is the only thing I kind of put in the mix. I'm just gonna go through some more stuff at the end, but yeah. Overall, I like the prison stuff with him, but as it goes on, it's just weird and then he escapes, and then that's the cliffhanger of the season, and it's just like, what's gonna happen next? He starts Cobra Kai up again, and maybe Tori joins, or maybe Tori is finally on Miyagi's side, or because I think the problem was the season I'll talk about that in a minute, but you know what, I'll go right now. So just my thoughts on the overall season, so it's kind of a season of two halves. The first half kind of dull and just not as fun. The second half, it's kind of the opposite of the first half, where the first half is kind of dull, filled with very slow pacing, but then the second half was very quick pace with so many scattershot plot lines, which I feel like they had to have this big finale. So I wish some of the stuff was given more time, like the tournament thing. I wish that was the finale, and then they came to the conclusion that both teams entered in, and then maybe Kreese escapes, and then that causes some more troubles for Cobra Kai during season 6, and then in the end, and then season 6 is how you end the show with the tournaments. I think that's a good way to end it. Or maybe they have a whole thing with Terry Silver be a bit over the top, but I don't know. So where they're going with the show, I just don't know, because Cobra Kai's kind of taken down at this point, but there's not much else they can do. But I mean, it's still kind of up there, but there's not. It's gonna be season 6 is probably gonna be a very season, because you could totally see that season 4 was supposed to be the ending, but then because Netflix went with ratings, they decided to keep it going. I hope that's not what happens to this show. So going back to John Cree stuff, just didn't work for me as much as I thought it would. But overall, fun season. I love what they did with Tori. I love what they did with Robbie. Robbie's at his best in the season for sure. The Robbie Miguel stuff worked. But then also there's some other stuff, like main characters from previous seasons are pushed to the back burner. Really, I feel like our only main characters from our teenagers are just Sam, Miguel, and Hawk. Robbie. Not even really Tori's as prominent in this season as she was in season 4. Characters like Hawk there's some episodes that he's not even in. The first few episodes, Hawk's not even in there, and he was one of my favorite characters. So there's a lot of issues when it comes to the season overall. They should have, I feel like, spent a bit more time thinking about the story and how they could come to an ending in the next season. But we have to have more seasons. Terry Silver gets out of jail, starts up Cobra Kai again, but who'd want to join? So season 6 has me very interested and very mid at the same time. Now we have the bad. I kind of covered a lot of my problems with the mid, but I'm just going to talk about some things. The main thing I just didn't care for was how they continued from season 4. Season 4 set up a lot of these crazy plot lines. Miguel going off and do his own thing in Mexico. They could have set up maybe a whole thing that goes on half the season, but it only goes on for the first 2 episodes. Why? Because they had to get to other things. So it was just develop that plot line. And also the stuff with was not paid off well. I think they set up some stuff with Tori, which worked, I guess. The stuff with Miguel and Robbie worked. But maybe Miguel, Robbie don't go quite on the search. And then not Miguel, Robbie, Johnny and Robbie. But they just set up some interesting things that are just not paid off after the season 4 cliffhanger. And also, why wouldn't Daniel shut down Miyagi-Do? Just is not in his life. That's not something he would do. He would get prepared to take down Cobra Kai back. Maybe that's the plot line of the first half of the season, and then the second half is the whole thing with the dojo. But I feel like there's just too much in this season, but too little at the same time. This feels like there's 1.5 seasons in this season. That's kind of the weird thing about it. So still, I enjoyed it. Was a good season, but overall did have a lot of issues. But tell me what you thought about in the comments below. Did you enjoy season 5? Was it one of your least favorite? To me, it was probably I don't know where it lands. We'll see what happens in season 3. Part of the problem is I kind of crap on season 3 a lot, but I watched it in some very weird, like a very weird time. I was just binging through it, and that was before I really like to start binging things as much as I do now. So, and it was a bit of weird and then it came to the end. I'm like, huh, okay. So overall, I'm excited to keep watching the show. I love this show. Even some of the weaker seasons, like season 3 and season 5, I still get a lot of enjoyment out of those. So yeah, that's about it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Share your rankings of episodes. Share your thoughts about the season and the whole show in general. Overall, I've enjoyed every season, even some of the weaker seasons, like season 2 to an extent, and season 3. But they all bring something new, fun and new to the show, and I think overall that's what just has me there. So yeah, I'm interested to see what they do for season 6, but not exactly excited because there's not really much there for me to be excited. So yeah, there you go. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Adios.